Just thank you so much. We're all going through different transformation, transcending, and this is very deserving of you. We've gone through so many different situations just for you to be able to understand how deep your strength really goes. So, congratulations on that. So, with that being said, much love to all. Namaste, love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while, please like and subscribe if you have not already. Hit that notification bell at the bottom so you know when your girl is about to upload her next video. Drop me a line. I would love a chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me, even if it's about the positive feedback of the content of the video, or you're just up. Tell me about your empathy gift, how it impacts your life, and head you towards a positive direction. And if you feel like the videos are very informative, give you upliftment or just vibes you would love to share with a loved one, family, or friend, or even a fellow empath that are going through trying times and need spiritual guidance, or just needing confirmation or validation towards life path or even soul purposes, please go ahead and share. And while you're at it, give me a thumbs up, like, and also share on your social media favorites wherever you see fit. Thank you once again for the love and support. It is greatly appreciated. And I hope you're able to resonate with the content of my video. The beautiful music I'm listening to in the background, it makes me feel so zen right now, is called, the channel's called Miracle Tones Meditation, and the title is of the meditation is called Soothing Self-Love Music, 432 hertz healing meditation, relaxing miracle tone music, positive vibes. And I will post their link in the description box below. And the video I'm doing today is called Twin Flame 101. Heyokas, when you have through traveled on many layers of hell to be able to know your worth, your self-love, and the truth of you. It's so true. A lot of times it's just like you fall down so many times, you have to sooner or later get back up. And a lot of times we have endured so much pain, so much heartache, so many misfortunes, setback, terrible choices, toxic relationships. These are how you learn, and a lot of times, um, if it just depends on how you see your life, how you see where you're trying to be, where you're trying to go. It's all about how you tend to focus, perspect. I'm not you how you see your changing in perspective. God dog. Just like my mouth get changing perspective. But anyways, being able to change the way you look at things. Because a lot of times I can be, oh, okay, I'm fine. And then next, as universe will do, they will place certain things on your line. I'm not in your line, but in your on your path, just to be able to see how you're gonna react to it. Dropping bonds of truth that has not been pretty. You can get choked on that pill called truth. It's not always been pretty for you. But these are the way we had to learn as us being Heyokas. If you know the traits of it, we take everything and do it hard. They were like, oh, that you can get shortcut to your blessings right there, right over the bridge, or you can take that long outweigh, path towards the side. It may take you about four days and three dimensions later to get to it. We usually take the other one, but that's where our strength comes from. A lot of times people say, oh, if you say you're going to hell, that means you're a devil worshiper. That's witchery. Number one, witchery is not evil. Somebody called me that the other day, and I'm just like, when people see Wiccans, pagans, uh, or witch, whatever, they're already assuming it's something about dark magic. It's about raising the dead, worshiping the devil. It's not about that. It's just like everything else. It has a good and a bad to it. I don't reflect anything bad on anybody, but we have this in our bloodline. And I'm very proud of that. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about the intentions you choose to put out. If you're sending love towards somebody, you do spells all the time. When you pray for somebody, that's with you're placing a spell of love on them and protection. When you're cooking and you pray over your food, you're placing love in what you make, to where when it is being given to you, you feel at peace, and then you finally go to sleep. All those different things. And it's just like, when I had to allow myself to really look at my life, you know it took me such a long time, such a long time, mighty long time, to be able to know my worth. I placed myself in certain situations where I didn't care about my life. It could have, I put myself in dangerous situations, did a lot of stupid things, but this is how I had to know my worth. I've been in toxic relationships to where I would allow myself to run back to something that was so consuming of me. It took more than it was giving. Well, if it did give something, it wasn't good, and a lot of different things has taken place, but it was just like for me to allow myself to really step back and see, if I really wanted to grow, if I really wanted to ascend, I have to allow myself to change how I focus on everything that has came towards my path. Being in toxic relationships, it allowed me to be towards my solitude and being able to heal and go through that grieving period. Because I used to be like, I've said this before. There's a singer called K Michelle, and matter of fact, I went outside yesterday, and I knew that was like kind of resonating with me when she has this song, "You Can't Raise a Man," and that's just like, a man that has, a grown man having childlike mentalities. He already grown. What the hell you gonna do? You can't raise a man. You know, um, but it's like I had to go through those different things, but she had a song called, I get one over the other one. I adore them all. I think that's the name of the song. And it's just like I used to, when my heart got broken over the toxic relationship I was in, I would go to another person just to get over that one. But it wasn't, it ended up being worse. That's why I always tell people, when you're going through like situations like that, that's the sign of universe telling you you need to sit with yourself, see what parts of you that really needs that healing, because when you allow yourself to really heal, you know what you're looking for. You Because a lot of times people used to ask me, what do you want in a boyfriend, what do you want in a girlfriend, because I used to date girls as well. um and I really couldn't tell nobody honestly what I wanted, because I really didn't know what I wanted. I didn't have that father figure in my life to really show me how a man's supposed to treat a woman if you really care. um and so I had to allow myself to find out through those times of just giving myself away, not having that love for myself, and I had to be able to find my truth through my pain, you know. And it took me a long time to do that, and a lot of times, my guides, my family and friends that have passed on, that has been along the whole way with me, especially since I've been awakening and finding out many gifts that I hold. um it took me a lot, and I always say I wasn't strong enough to deal with this. I can't deal with this. I can't go on. I can't feel this anymore. But then they allowed me to see what you're going through. You're not just going through one or two little things. You're dealing with four or five things all at the same time. Finding out who your father is, finding out that you've known your father this whole time, finding out you talked to your dad this whole time, but never really knew. Knowing your family kept that away from you, breaking off of a toxic relationship, finding out your biological mom was blocked from you because of the pain, or thinking the judgment you may pay on her for giving you up. All those things I had to deal with at once, um, was not pretty for me. But then when I allowed myself to let go of that pain that was placed on me, it allowed me to see, girl, you are strong. You're still in your right mind, even though you might be listening, a couple of the nuts and bolts may be a little bit loosened, you're still in your right mind. It could have been very bad. You could have acted on impulsive anger and would have been doing a lifetime in prison. But, universe guided me to do this, to reflect, to be able to project my truth of the things that I have endured my whole life. Um, and when I allowed myself to really understand what took place, it was very painful. I was in a dark place for a long time. I lashed out on people that I loved most. I was passing down what was passed to me. I exposed my children to what I was exposed to, and still, going through our transitions of that, um, but it was just like, if you really want to grow, you have to allow yourself to be responsible for your own actions. I may not have guided myself towards the situation that I've gone through, but I played my part. There's poor choices I tended to make in life, allowed myself to see me as others seen me, But then I had to allow myself to tear away from all those things. The situation tore my life upside down, but it tore me away from what that mold was that how other people wanted me to see myself, because they were triggered by the light I had, the strength I had. No matter what I went through, I might have pressed pause for that moment, just for me to be able to allow myself to really sink into that. But being able to be open towards that, no matter what judgment came out of my life, it makes me feel like I'm very blessed. You know, Humble, of all humble can be. It showed me my strength in many ways, because it's like I could have really been like, my family, being like my reflectors. But then it's just like, if I was to be standing in front of them now, I would say thank you. Even though they may not have liked that, I'm just saying thank you. Because even though you placed me on these things and was supposed to break me, it did break me. It broke me away from all the stuff that I allowed myself to consume. Used to be an addict of smoking weed, hellified weed. You can just get a contact from me just looking at me through the telephone. That's what I'm saying. Kind of, it was that strong. But I broke myself away from that. Chain smoked cigarettes for almost 20 years and walked away from it. Drank every once in a while. Pill pop like crazy. But all those different things, has helped me grow. Allowed me to not be ashamed because of my past, the things that I've done. That my past is what helped me grow to be a better person of me, of self. You know, um, that I am now, and I'm proud of that. I was just telling the universe now, it's like that pain that I thought I let go of, and it was still heavy on me. I thought I let it go, but when I feel it now, I don't feel no weight on me. It felt like I done took about 1,000 pounds off of me, and my heart feels free and it feels new, and it's just like, damn, there ain't no cords there, and I'm just happy about that, because it was just like, you staying angry at somebody is basically still holding your power on them, giving your power away. And it's like, you don't deserve that. You don't deserve any of that. But I appreciate what you allowed me to, remember about myself, because all of that was forgotten. When we have been in layers of abuse, no matter what it is, we tend to carry that like a security blanket. I've done that for years, just still was able to process like that, family that you loved and spoke highly of. I seen a post of that, will never be able to eat at the same table as me, but I appreciate that. I did not want to be nothing like them. And I pray for them to be able to release their burdens of pain that they have inflicted on me for so many years. And hopefully they can be at peace, but I'm grateful for that, because it allowed me to see the purpose. If you wouldn't have gone through these things, you wouldn't have been able to help the people you're helping. You wouldn't have been able to help yourself and see what you are able to achieve just from all the pain that you have been placed on your life. Being able to remind yourself of who you were, where you come here for, what your purpose is, what your gifts are, how you can be able to help another person. I always wanted to help other people love themselves or getting a deeper understanding. I just didn't know how I was going to do it. I didn't know it was going to be me experiencing all the stuff that I experienced throughout my life that was going to bring me here. But every day I allow myself to, when I was, fell short and was really in the dark with my pain, I embraced that like too well. And it's just like, why would you want to hold on to something like that? You know, when you have so many other things that you can stay focused on. I had to allow myself to really do the pros and con type list. I always tell people, go ahead and do that. When you're still holding on to things, or there are certain things that are uh, still, triggers you into emotions. Um, you have to write down the pros that you get from those cons. It's like, if these things that keep on reflecting, I put that as an example, these situations still anger me or still make me sad because of what I missed out on, then it's just like, okay, the pro of those situations is reminding you of what you need to heal from. These are the things that had to take place for you to know who you truly are, what your purpose is, how far your strength can go, how much your determination can take you. When I allow myself to sit back and being like, damn, okay, that was a good one. It was really good and gave me a better understanding because I'm that type of person. I really got to break everything down to a science, like to a little bitty science, just for me to be able to know if I'm going to gain peace, this is how you're going to do it. So I had to allow myself to write these lists down, allow myself to do that because I need peace in myself. Even when I felt like I was okay, I got angry because there was things that kept coming up, and I thought it was like, oh, okay, it's just coming to the surface because it's leaving my body. But no, these are the things that I tend to hold on to that I thought I set free, but it was still on that cord. And a lot of us are going through those transformations where it's not easy. It's not easy because you're reflecting, you're allowing yourself to sit with your stuff and seeing how are you going to allow yourself to heal? Are you going to evolve? Or are you going to allow yourself to, are you going to remain the same? Because if you remain the same, there's no way in hell you're going to be able to get the blessings you're going for. You can't expect doing old ways to open new doors for you. It's not going to be able to happen. And I had to allow myself to really see that, sit with that truth. I'm like, girl, dog, you got to reflect truth, but you have to be able to embrace it as well. And it's not easy, but that's where your strength comes from. That's where your love comes from, your worth. Going through a toxic relationship, I didn't know my worth. I was willing to, pay that most expensive price of taking my happiness away to be able to comfort somebody else's happiness, sacrifice my better well-being, um, emotionally, just to make somebody feel happy about themselves, feed into their ego while I was trying to feed into mine. And it was just like, why are you doing that? Why you don't want anybody that you have to allow your self-respect to go away just to be able to, you know, comfort somebody else. Somebody who really truly loves you wouldn't make you, we even ask you to make a sacrifice like that because that is a lot that you should not be giving up, you know. And you have to be able to allow yourself to sit back. That's why I tell people, if you're healed all the way and you're ready for a companion in your life, a love in your life, you don't even have to go searching for it. Whatever you're looking for is already looking for you already. All the answers you've been looking for is already in within you. You'll eventually get it, but when you tear yourself away from everything that held you back, all type of love be coming your way, all type of knowledge comes your way, all type of wisdom will keep growing with you in each and every day. Not allowing yourself to hold on to anger, um, that will present itself to you. Because a lot of times it's just like when you say, "Oh yeah, I'm a forgiving person, and I'm not gonna let nothing, hold me back." And then the next thing you know, the universe is like, "Oh, okay, well let me send this towards you right here and see how you gonna respond to it." And then it's just like, "Oh, okay." And the next thing you saw a snap, crackle, and popping. It's like, hey, I thought you said there ain't gonna be nothing that's gonna pull you out your character. You're forgiving, and it's just like how you reflect on other people, but when people don't reflect on you like you're reflecting on them, you excuse me, you have to understand they haven't went down your journey yet. This is how they used to dealing with folks or doing, doing themselves while, projecting on other people. This is how that is. Yeah, it can make you mad, but why take it personal? They ain't got nothing to do with you. It's just anybody they feel like they can, throw that speed bump in their way. That says more about them and less about you. A lot of times you have to be able to respond with no response and keep it moving and just pray like, Lord, please don't let me have to get bail money. I'm just really trying, I'm just really trying to get there. But you had to go through those many layers. You had to be able to see that toxicity not just with other people but within yourself. And I know I've been talking about that lately, but we don't realize, we can hold toxic vibes just like other people connecting with us can hold toxic vibes, because there are certain things that you're really trying to allow yourself to heal from and haven't right got there yet. When you can acknowledge, hey, this needs some work. That's where your strength comes in, because you're allowing yourself to be responsible for the things you're pressing out towards the world, or being responsible for how you see yourself and how you see others. I used to judge folks left and right, but then I had to allow myself to know that they're going through their life of blessing and blessings just like you are. You can't judge somebody because they sin differently than you. Some people just got to take it. I used to look at certain celebrities what got stuff going on, and then I had to allow myself to backtrack. don't do that because you were there at that one time, except your stuff wasn't public like that. That has to be worse because everybody and their mama know about different things that you're struggling with, and it's out there, where other people can pass judgment on you. But there's a lot of times you don't probably been in a certain situation they have been in, except yours wasn't all out and about like that. Because that's how I feel for anybody that goes through that. But you have to allow yourself to love yourself enough, love to know, allow yourself enough to know that what is not for you. You can't, when people say, "Oh, I'm healing," I want you back or whatever, it ain't gonna happen overnight. It's not gonna happen overnight. That time, it takes time to do that, and it's just like, when I speak to universe, I said, you know what, thank you. These things has really turned me inside out. These things has really put me in a bad place. But I'm grateful for the love I've gotten back from being in that situation. I understand there was a purpose behind what I was, held on for that really gave me pain, you know. But all it did is just let me know you have the power to change. You can't change somebody else. You can't save other people. You can give them that reminder, of, hey, you got this, stop seeing it your own way of that change. Don't allow yourself to get consumed about what other people are trying to do to you. It can't affect you unless you allow it to. So you have to allow yourself. Sometimes you just gotta breathe and just look like, don't they ain't even worth my energy. Don't even allow yourself to go there. But it takes a long time to do that. And it's just like when I've seen my life, it's like everything was short lived when it came to happiness. But then when I'm allowing myself to know I have the power of that, I'm not saying, okay, how my day is going to be. When I get up in the morning, I'm grateful because it gives me another day to heal from something. It gives me another day to add more strength and knowledge to my life. Being grateful because there's so many people with everything that's going around right now. Not everybody is making it like that. They're dying left and right, But for you to be still here, there's a reason for that. And a lot of times I got to that point where I was reflecting on so much. It was like I went through the fire and came out stronger than ever. Shoot, I had my own phoenix up here being emotional, like, girl, I'm so I knew you can do it. It's like mother hen on that, and I'm like, thankful. You gave me my strength back. You reminded me of my strength. It's always been there. It's just been up under pain, resentment, anger, unforgiveness. All that was there. All that was there. You had your light this whole time. You just allowed yourself to dim it because you were worried about how people saw you or what their opinions were of you, or you wanted to be accepted. You wanted to be validated. But when you allowed yourself to validate your own self, and you may not be the perfect body of them all, but you can love what you are. Because I like I said, I used to get very angry because I gained a lot of weight, but then I had to allow myself to know, girl, you don't use that escape for smoking weed. You're not using a cigarette to sit up here and calm yourself down from a stressful situation. You're not having a glass of wine just to heal you on your woes. You're looking at everything for what it is without the you know the substitute of an escape. You went to comfort food. Okay, it might be a little bit fluffy, but hey, I'm looking at everything. I'm reflecting, and I'm okay with that. I can change. I can allow myself to change and make myself tone up like I used to. I went through a really bad depression, and I had to allow myself to do that. So I had to allow myself to be gentle, with myself, because I mean that took a lot. When you're dealing with all that's a lot to deal with. That's a pill to swallow. And it was like there's sometimes I still feel at times it don't feel so real to me. Like, am I really going through this? Yeah, girl, you did. But look at you, you're out shining. You came out so much better than when you came in. You may not be exactly where you are, but you nowhere near who you were when you first started. And I'm okay with that. And I already know what's for me will be for me. Blessings will come in because whatever you push out is what you get back. And I'm here for that. I'm really here for that. And at times are changing. You have to be able to allow yourself to know you know your worth. You have that love for self, even when other people didn't want to give you that for yourself. But you can't understand. Somebody can't love you when they don't love themselves. You can't ask somebody to respect you that don't give respect to themselves. That's something you can't do. But you can allow yourself to walk away from it. You can't control what people say, but you control how, you can deal with those different type of people. But keep growing, keep learning. You're getting there. We all a work in progress. You'll get where you want to be. But allow yourself to stay determined. Allow yourself to stay in focus. Be consistent. Don't get complacent, because when you get complacent, all hell about to break loose. But I hope you were able to resonate with the content of my video, y'all. I would love to give a post notification shout out to um Faye Intellect 77, Connie Johnson, Robbie, and my girl Deborah A. Velarde. Much love to you as well. And D Little 39D1 and Cuppy Cake. Much love to you as well. And like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, share, give me a thumbs up. If you want to get in touch with me privately and you don't feel comfortable with speaking on here on the comments, I totally understand. I always tell people you can find me on Facebook Messenger. Just send me a short text, let me know we connect here, and I will try my best to help you as best way as I can. What else was I gonna say? Yeah, give me a thumbs up, share, hit the notification bell so you know when I'm about to upload my next video. um, Drop a line. I would love to give you a post notification shout out. Know that you are truly blessed, highly favored, and forever loved. And knowing that there's always someone out there praying for your better days. And I pray that you and your family stay safe. I hope and pray that everything you're trying to manifest into your world comes 100,000 times more than what you asked for, expected, or prayed for. And it comes so much sooner than you think it will. Even through social distancing, send love, light, positivity, as well as prosperity words via frequencies. You never know. All those things can really take somebody a long way. And make sure you washing your hands and stay sanitized on everything that you come in contact with. And I will see you on my next video. Much love to you. Peace. Be well.